The sweet science is always a source of headlines in the sporting world, especially in a country that's full of fight fans like the Philippines. Over the last 12 months, we've seen comebacks, championships, and even a little controversy. Here are some of the best bits of boxing from 2018. Pac back on top. 2018 saw Filipino boxing icon Manny Pacquiao once again claim world championship gold following a bitter and controversial loss to Jeff Horn in 2017. Fighting in Asia for the first time since 2014, Pacquiao challenged reigning WBA regular welterweight world champion Lucas "La Maquina" Mathis in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia back in July. Billed as a durable, heavy-hitting brawler, Mathis was supposed to be the one to threaten Pacquiao with a KO finish. Instead, looking like the Pacquiao of old, it was the Filipino star who came out aggressive, landing bombs until finally scoring a 7th-round TKO finish, his first since 2009. Just months shy of his 40th birthday, Pacquiao was a world champion for the 11th time in his storied career. The breakup. Prior to Pacquiao's win over Mathis, the Filipino boxer made headlines the world over after a split from longtime trainer and head coach Freddie Roach. In April, months before Pacquiao's return to the ring against Mathis, reports surfaced that Pacquiao, for the first time in over 15 years and 34 bouts, would not be working with the Hall of Fame trainer. According to various sources, the split stemmed from a disagreement between Pacquiao and Roach following the loss to Jeff Horn back in 2017. Taking Roach's place as head trainer was Pacquiao's best friend, Buboy Fernandez, and judging from the result of the Mathis bout, it paid dividends. Still, the split didn't last too long. Soon after Pacquiao's first WBA title defense against Adrian Broner was announced, both Pacquiao and Roach have confirmed that they will be working together once again. This time, however, Roach will be serving more of a consultant role, guiding Fernandez, who remains as Pacquiao's head trainer. Controversy surrounds Canelo GGG2. In 2017, middleweight stars Gennady Golovkin and Canelo Alvarez went to an exciting 12-round draw that warranted a rematch in 2018. In January, it was announced that the two warriors would square off once again in a Cinco de Mayo rematch. The rematch was put in jeopardy, however, when Canelo tested positive for a banned substance in March. By April, the fight was off after the Mexican star decided to withdraw from the highly anticipated rematch. The fight eventually pushed through in September, with Alvarez picking up the majority decision when to hand Golovkin his first career loss and, more importantly, claim the WBA, Super, and WBC middleweight world championships. 3 months later, Canelo would stop British boxer Rocky Fielding in the third round to capture the WBA regular middleweight world championship as well. All Filipino. For the first time in 92 years, two Filipino boxers faced off for a world championship when reigning IBF super flyweight world champion Jerwin "Pretty Boy" Kagaz defended his title against Jonas Zorro Sultan in California. In the historic meeting, it was Kagaz who emerged victorious, defeating Sultan via unanimous decision as the reigning IBF 115-pound champ continued his run of dominance with 5 successful title defenses. 4 months later, Kagaz would retain his world championship once again, but this time, after figuring in a split draw against Mexican Alejandro Santiago. Donnie Nietes makes the jump. Speaking of all Filipino bouts and going to a draw, Donnie Nietes and Aston Pallet experienced both in just one bout. Following a spectacular albeit short-lived run at flyweight, which saw him capture and retain the IBF's 112-pound title, Nietes made the decision to move up to the 115-pound super flyweight division, where he'll be in the same pool as the big names like Srisaket Sorongvisai, Juan Francisco Estrada, and compatriot Jerwin Kagaz. Nietes' debut bout at 115, however, would be against fellow Negrans in Pallet, and it would be for the vacant WBO Super Flyweight World Championship in September. In what many believed as a win for Nietes, the 12-round bout went to a controversial split draw that denied Nietes of the distinction of joining Manny Pacquiao and Nonito Donaire Jr. as the only Filipinos to capture 4 world titles in as many divisions. Nietes still has the chance to do that before the end of 2018, however, as he gets another shot at the title on New Year's Eve when he meets Japan's Kazuto Ioka in Macau. Bud moves up. Following years of dominance at junior welterweight, Terrence "Bud" Crawford also made the jump up to a heavier weight class and immediately made a splash. Facing off against WBO welterweight world champion Jeff Horn, Crawford announced his arrival at 140 pounds with a dominant TKO win over the Australian in June. 4 months later, Crawford successfully defended the title against Jose Benavidez Jr. with a 12th round TKO victory. Flash forward. Nonito Donaire Jr.'s 2018 didn't start off as well as he would have wanted. The Filipino Flash lost his April bout to Carl Frampton for the WBO Interim Featherweight World Championship, prompting questions regarding the former four-division world champion's future. In a surprising move, however, Donaire announced that he would be going back down to Super Bantamweight and would be taking part in the World Boxing Super Series' Super Bantamweight tournament. Matched up in the quarter-final round against Ryan Burnett back in November, Donaire scored what many consider an upset, winning via TKO after the Irishman suffered a back injury. As a result, Donaire advanced into the next round of the tournament with the WBA Super Bantamweight World Championship around his waist. Up next for Donaire will be WBO Super Bantamweight World Champion Sultan of South Africa in the semi-finals. Wilder and Fury go to war. In one of the most talked about heavyweight bouts in recent history, WBC heavyweight world champion Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury put on a 12-round war that ended in surprise, a split draw. Fury used his movement and technique to dictate the pace over Wilder throughout the 12-round bout, but the reigning champion dropped the British challenger in the final round that led to the draw decision, setting up what could be another highly anticipated rematch in the future.